Sustainability in the construction industry. Our guest for today is leading a company that aims to promote eco-friendly construction through innovative materials and products. Ria Liza is the woman behind Polite Technology Incorporated.
The woman of today was a mere dream for a woman of yesterday. History has shown how difficult it is for a woman to cement her space in the realm of science. But today, we take the lead. We set the standards. We are in the front lines. We are women. We work to create a world where a woman can choose science as her journey, where technology is her uninterrupted road, and progress is her destination. We work to create a world where a woman in science is the norm, not the exception. A world where she is a constant educator, innovator, mentor, and leader. A world that is, and will continue to be, an inclusive and diverse global scientific community.
I am Dr. Ria Liza. I am an engineer scientist, and I am a woman in science.
Hello everyone, I am Angie Bryl and I will be with you for tonight as your co-host. It is another night for us to learn and engage ourselves with how wonderful knowledge and wisdom can be when applied. The objective of this channel is to promote the feminine genius advocacy, one of the many goals of women empowerment and gender equality through education and livelihood. One way to educate is by inviting guests of any gender who will impart their personal journey, challenges, and breakthroughs that will give invaluable learnings to the viewers. By becoming a guest, he or she is tagged as the friend of the feminine genius.
Good evening, Anne.
Good evening, Dr. Ria.
I think nakat pa yung ano mo, yung audio mo. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is Dr. Ria Liza, and always at your service. And this channel is meant to promote the feminine genius advocacy and, of course, the attributes of a feminine genius. And the attributes are also our membership packages, and these are humility, kindness, patience, good character, industry, virtue, piety, and devotion. And as a feminine genius, I spread lessons by featuring people from my network of any gender to share their personal journeys, their challenges, and their breakthroughs. because we believe that listening to other people's story is called humility and sharing is called generosity. We are somehow influenced by the lives of other people that we can apply in our own selves. Remember, life is short. Let us live our lives to the fullest and let us be inspired by our special guests, more than one sila, tonight. And we are live via Facebook page, The Feminine Genius, via Facebook groups, The Feminine Genius Groups Philippines. And as of now, we have around 200 viewers in our Facebook channel, and of course we have our YouTube channel. Sana yung those in the Facebook can much better if you can interact with us and transfer here at YouTube. And for the Feminine Genius brand development and direction, we'd like to thank Mr. Bon Labora, who is also the owner of Agimat Publishing. Of course, all our guests will have or will be featured in one channel or one chapter of our book with the title The Feminine Genius Myths. And my co-author in that book is of course no other than the mediocre writer Miss Anne, and our publisher of course is Mr. Bon Labora. We're just waiting for Mr. Bon to be back from London anytime this July, I think by mid of July. Okay, so mukhang nawala ng internet saglit um si Anne, and she will be back. She's just trying to connect. Hello to all our viewers. Thank you for our supporters. We have, of course, our early bird, Happy Day TV, and we have, let me check first. Salamat sa inyong lahat. Sharon, thank you. Of course, Sharon is a Feminine Genius member. And we have Fishing and Travel Adventure. Magandang gabi po sa iyo. Direct from Oman. And Ronel Ramos, hello. Bumalik na kami ni Ella. Medyo alam niyo naman, medyo nagkaroon na ng konting problema si Ella. But yesterday, she was able to go home na sa kanyang bahay. And hopefully, we can have a meet up with all our avid viewers. No, anytime, maybe next week, pagpahingahin lang po natin si Ella once. Hello, of course, Nina Vlog. Magandang gabi sa iyo. Erlinda Cadillo, good evening to you. And while waiting for Anne, it's nice to be back. I'm now live in the Philippines. Na-miss natin yung ano no yung pagiging live natin abroad no. First ayan na si Anne, bumalik na. First we were live at nag-live tayo sa Cambodia, nag-live tayo sa Vietnam, and then we also live in Laos. And last week, we are live from Brunei. Ngayon, we're back here in the Philippines, live from Manila. And ayan na si Miss Anne, nakabalik na siya. Hi, Anne.
Hello po.
Yes, okay na yung connection mo. So, na-miss natin si Anne. No? Na-miss natin si Anne ng almost more than a month while I'm out for my Southeast Asian tour. Tour talaga. Research project. Okay, Southeast Asia Research Project. And then now back na tayo sa Pilipinas, so I hope to see more of Miss Anne. Okay, sige, back to you, Anne. So I think nakaka-problema talaga
Ayan po,
si
so
Anne. Yeah. Okay. Okay, go ahead, Anne. Okay.
ayan po, so sa viewers natin, magpa-member na po tayo dahil malapit na po ulit mag-start yung mga activities natin sa The Feminine Genius Advocacy. And as usual po, magkakaroon din tayo ng short game and have fun with our guests. It's a Pinoy Henyo game wherein the viewers will guess 5 significant words that our guests mentioned during the presentation. GCash prizes will also be given to the winners, and the amount is based on the number of viewers. So please invite your friends to watch the live streaming every Saturdays, 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. Dr. Ria Liza has been going live every Saturdays, and today is our episode 91. So please do not forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment, like, and share the YouTube channel of Dr. Ria Liza and Miss Ella once. Feel free to write your questions on the comment section so our guests can answer it afterwards. Dr. Ria?
Oh, yes, hello. Well, of course, do not forget also our, wait, I'll just put the banner. The Anything Goes That Shop is ready to serve you. And this platform is meant to promote all the products of our guests. Okay, and of course, we've started with the products of our guest, the child of the universe, the products from the Ila farm of Ma'am Aleli Pansacola. And all you have to do is, if you're a member of Feminine Genius, you have to access the link that is on the screen right now and go to Anything Goes That Shop, register as a vendor, wait for approval by the admin, log into account, and choose the products to sell. Our products will grow in time, and we would like to feature all the products of our guests. And so this is a very exciting development from the Feminine Genius members, and please be a member. Alam mo, Ann, we are planning to have a relaunching, no, relaunching and reframing of our show very soon. Hinihintay lang natin dumating si Bon Labora for all these plans, and of course, sana si Sis Grace Santos is watching us. Our one of our guests also, the empowered woman, no, she will be helping us in our plan to in our future plans of the femininity, especially and sa ating mga community projects. No? Have talked with Miss Grace regarding the plans. So, sana makapag-start na tayo ng mga projects natin together with our members. Ayan. So, it has been a very busy week it has been a very busy week kasi imagine I was back to the Philippines only last Sunday. It was more than a month, no, na nagta-travel ako. Naiwan ko ang bagahe ko sa Brunei. Nako, yung mga papadala natin dito ng mga ref magnets at saka ng mga chocolates, ang ating mga avid viewers, please wait, no. Hinihintay ko lang yung bagahe, mukhang dadating daw sila within 5 to 7 days. And we will meet you up. Magpapahinga lang si Ella once. Sabay na yun after ng rest ni Ella once. And then we have our baggage. So, pwede na tayo. Marireceive nyo na ang inyong mga pasalubong. Okay. Maybe, and before anything else, you can do a brief shout out.
Ayan po, so good evening. Fishing and Travel Adventure. Sir Bryl Ramos, good evening, Dr. Ria Liza. Then Jeannie's Adventure. Inyana Vlog. Then Erlinda Cadillo. And a Facebook user, hello, good evening. Then Adi Calarion from Team Helpful. Ayan, so far yun pa lang po. So please invite your friends so that our viewers will increase. Thank you.
Thank you. We have about 200 viewers in our Facebook. Mas madami palagi sa Facebook kaysa sa YouTube. Keep up the good work from our Facebook user. Hello, hello po sa inyo. I think yung iba hindi pa pumapasok. Adi Calarion, Team Helpful, thank you. Of course, thank you palagi sa ating mga supporters from Team Helpful. And yan. Thank you so much for that support. All right. So, I think our guests are ready. You will be very excited in this episode, and kasi our guests are also coming from the same university, National University. Mukhang lahat tayo dito are National University. So, mamimit mo sila, no? So, for the information ng mga guests natin, Miss Anne is the editor-in-chief of the nationalian of National University. So, without further ado, I think the time has come to introduce our guest for tonight. Ayan, na-miss ka daw nila, Ann. Oh. Yeah, we miss Ann so much.
Medyo na-busy din po sa thesis.
Yeah, mga busy tayo kasi nagpatapos ang term. Tapos na pala yung term. Welcome to
Yes po.
today's episode. The Feminine Genius meets Team Baraya with the theme How Entrepreneurial Mind Can Be a Mindset of Students. This is Late Night with Dr. Ria Liza featuring Up Close and Personal with 5 bright students. I hope all of them are here. I saw only 4. Okay, and this is meeting with Bryl Ramos, Jesper Curt Guanzon, Jellovie Mausisa, Kathleen Ybañez, and Lady Stephanie Samantha Sulit. They will introduce themselves one by one later, and this is an opportune time to learn how student faces opportunities and challenges on their road to startup. So ito yung mga estudyante natin from Entrepreneurial Mind. At very exciting yung mga i-discuss nila with nila sa atin later. Maraming mga mai-inspire dito. Not only students, but faculty and all the people who are interested to have a startup company soon. Okay? So, tawagin natin sila isa. Let me first call on their project leader, Mr. Bryl Ramos. Hi, Von.
Good evening, Doc Ria. Good evening, Miss Anne.
Hello, good evening.
So perhaps, Mr. Von, you can introduce yourself. You can discuss about yourself. Feel free to do some to say anything. Take your time.
Noted, ma'am. So, good evening, everyone. I am Bryl Ramos from National University Manila, from the College of Business and Accountancy. I am currently taking up marketing management, and just like what Miss Ria mentioned, I am one of the developers of Baraya, Baraha at Ligaya. So we also, together with my group mates, we were also one of the participants of the event that just happened recently, which is the SUC 2022. So I am very much excited to share to all of you what Baraya is, and I hope you get to know us more. Yan po, ma'am.
Thank you. Bon, do you prefer Bon, no? Kasi Bryl. Do you prefer Bon? Okay. Okay, thank you, Bon. And for, next, we will be calling Curt Guanzon. Yan, Curt.
Good evening,
Hello.
Doc Ria. Good evening, Miss Anne. Hello, everyone. I am Curt Guanzon, first year college taking up Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Marketing Management from the National University. And as Von mentioned earlier, we are the Team Baraya and we are excited for this late night talk. That's all.
Thank you, Curt. And next in the list, let me introduce Miss Kathleen Ybañez.
Hello, Dr. Ria and Miss Anne. So I am Kathleen Ybañez, 19 years old. Currently first year Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Marketing Management student at National University Manila. And as what Mr. Von Brown said, I am also a part of Team Baraya, who also a part of the exhibit from the last SUC event from this week. And just like Mr. Guanzon, I'm very much excited for this event.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Hello,
And
ma'am.
yes, thank you. And next, I will introduce our next speaker, our next guest. Miss Samantha Sulit.
So, good evening, everyone. I am Lady Stephanie Samantha Sulit from National University. I am first year student taking Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Marketing Management. Like them, I am also excited to share our experience about making our product and about what happened to the exhibit. But that's all.
Thank you so much, guys. Pleased to meet all of you. And of course, please meet Anne. Hi, Anne. Ngayon lang kayo magkakakilala dito. Galing kayo from the same university, no? The National University. So, guys, let us start our discussion by first, no? Let me establish that there is a unique, something unique with National University. This course or subject known as entrepreneurial mind. This is a kind of a 3 unit subject that is only offered in the National University Philippines um, schools or campuses. And apparently, our four young, energetic guests for tonight are actually students of entrepreneurial mind this third term. So my first question to you is, how do you describe your experience being students of the entrepreneurial mind? So mag-isa-isa tayo, no? Siguro let's start with your group leader, Von.
Of course, ma'am, I'd say that our experience in entrepreneurial mind is very fun and very helpful, in especially in the field that we are trying to take. Like what I mentioned earlier, I am a marketing student. Actually, we're all marketing students, so having being able to be exposed to this kind of environment is very important to us. Being able to learn so much stuff, because ma'am, the entrepreneurial mind enables us to experience it in real life. It's not just in the books, it's not just in the presentations. We get to build our own business, we get to produce our own products. It's very realistic, and it's definitely an experience that's truly not just unforgettable, but also helpful in building up our own personal growth in terms of business and business wise, ma'am.
Thank you, Bon. That's nice. You have actually two things that you have said: real life, re- own product and own business. So that's very important to capture the real life experience of the students of the entrepreneurial mind. So let's ask Kurt.
Ma'am, I agree with Von. Our experiences as an entrepreneurial mind student was so meaningful and fun. But on the other hand, napaka-challenging yung dahil sa setup. Napakahirap mag-build ng product through online classes. Iba pa rin talaga ang nagagawa ng face-to-face classes. Mas madali at mas mabilis ang communication. But so far, napaka-memorable and fun yung experience namin.
Thank you, Kurt. Fun but challenging. Also nice, no? Sometimes the challenge, the fun, both fun and the challenge, so parang both what you call this, easy and difficult experience of yours, no? So yung this makes the experience very memorable. In fact, it will not be a memory, I think, because it's real life, no? It will be already a part of you. So how about you, Kathleen?
So our experience as an entrepreneurial students was a bit of challenging one for me, but also fun because it is really hard to think of a product that must be distinct from any other product. But still, at the end, it became successful as we managed to come up with a product which is the Baraya.
Yeah, it's not really easy, no? So not all students will really will take on the challenge, no? Of really coming up with a product, and not just coming up with a product. You've come up, sabi nyo nga, we have developed a very promising product. Okay? So thank you, Kathleen. How about you, Samantha?
Like them po, yung experience ko po as an entrepreneurial mind student is it's also challenging for me po because hindi ka lang po isip ng product na bago eh. Kailangan iisip ka rin po ng ibang concepts kung paano mo po ba siya ipapakilala sa market, tsaka kung paano po ba siya magiging kabili-bili. Kasi as we all know po, if bago po yung product, marami pong hindi familiar. And para sa akin, ayun po yung challenging, but it's also fun po because, I mean, lalo na if kasama po mo pong mag-work yung mga tao na maayos po and mapagkakatiwalaan. Ayun lang po.
Yeah, thank you. So maayos na at mapapagkatiwalaan. So ito yung mga kasama mo, your team, no? Your team and of course your mentor or the co-founder. You know, tama na, I agree with you, ano, Samantha, no, that it's a teamwork, no? The success is contributory to the team. In fact, guys, no, for most funders, they consider 70% on the team. Who are the team? Are they capable of really pushing on the product to the market? Yung sinasabi ni Samantha, na the concept to market, sabi niya, kabili-bili mga product. 70% is the assessment on the team members, and the remaining 30% is the assessment on the product. Because I agree with you that no matter how good the concept is, if the team is not working complementary to each other or not working as a team as one, no, as a whole, then I don't think that any product would become very successful. No, any one of you guys, can you just describe para lang malaman ng ating mga viewers, no? What are exactly your experience? Ano ang pinagdaanan niyo? Ano tong mga important example, maybe syllabus or ano yung mga activities that you have encountered in your entrepreneurial mind? Can you describe the course itself? So whoever from you can answer this question.
The course itself, Entrepreneurial Mind, is somewhat another form of an avenue wherein you can innovate and wherein you can create, wherein you can showcase your creativity, wherein you can showcase your skills. So at first, you will start on brainstorming as a group. You would think of a product, you would analyze your interests or what you share in common, and then from there, you start on um, building an idea of what to produce, an idea of what to sell, an idea of how is it going to perform in the market. So at first, you're going to think of a product idea, then in the process of the course, you will also encounter the importance of, trademark, patents, the importance of, securing your ideas, because again, this is a big world. Your ideas are maybe original, but the thieves are just around. So it's really important for you to secure your ideas. So that that's pretty much the how the course circulates. It starts from idea generation and ends on the production itself.
All right. So Von mentioned about trademarks, copyrights, patents, etc. So this is one of the very core uh, teachings in entrepreneurial mind, no? Para din dito sa mga, kasi may mga faculty members din who are asking me how do they be able to set up their technology business incubation, no? Everything has to start from training, and we are highly embedded on the very concepts of intellectual property. Our students were being taught how to identify whether a product is patentable or utility model or industrial design or a trade secret or a copyright. So, tinuturuan talaga sila kung paano mag-analyze, and it's part of their ideation process. Okay? So, aside from, of course, intellectual property concept, very hardcore tayo dyan, guys. No? And I think that's one of the very unique, what you call these features of our subject, heavy on the intellectual property. Now, because this is the this is the yung IP kasi, guys, IP, intellectual property. Yan yung una mong paghuhugutan nung concept mo kung tama ba ito, kung bago ba ito, no? Dahil yung customer value proposition of the project must be very highly must be highly based on the unique or novel features. Without novelty, without uniqueness, without originality, or without IP, there's no point that you can penetrate the market. Kaya yung we connect, if you remember, intellectual property with customer value proposition. Okay? So aside from being heavy on intellectual property, anything else that you can remember that were part of your activities while you are taking the course Entrepreneurial Mind? Para malaman ng mga viewers natin how we do it the NU way, how it's being taught, how the faculty is teaching Entrepreneurial Mind courses or subject. Anyone, guys? Any more activities you remember na or being taught or lectures or anyone from the team?
Aside from the class setup itself, wherein we get to meet our facilitators, we also conduct webinars every Wednesdays, ma'am, wherein speakers from different fields and speakers from different organizations are being invited. So we get to learn from them as well, not just from the people inside the campus, but also from the people outside the campus, ma'am.
Yes, so they've got to be invited with all our webinars. Plus, of course, we have a pool of so-called internal and external experts. No, we are working with we practice open innovation. So we welcome also people from outside National University to participate, not just as speakers but also as mentors of our team. So we have also several teams right now who are being mentored by external panel or mentors. So the mentors, we call them co-founders. Okay, so and of course, no, naalala nyo yung the meet and greet, no? Can you describe how we actually start at the term? Ano yung activity or the General Assembly, kung naalala nyo? Can you describe your General Assembly if you remember it? So during our General Assembly, we have, remember, the pitching of the core. Yeah, of course, the pitching of the core. No, we're in baliktad dito, we call it a reverse pitch. Some industries call it a reverse pitch because we start the term by simply asking the core to pitch, and the core has to live in or the student have to know the expertise of the core so that they know who among the faculty they'd like to work with. Tapos, nag-e-end tayo. Every term is ano ending ng every term natin, guys? It's the, of course, yung pinaka-peak, pinaka-highlight ng term natin is the, kakatapos na lang, di ba, 2 weeks ago ba? Or 1 week ago? Your demo day, of course. Okay. During your demo day, I was out I think when nag-demo day kayo, I was in Indonesia at that time. No? Kung saan, ang aming pong demo day where the students features their product. So guys, siguro isa sa inyo can try to access your video. I'm sorry, hindi ko ma-download yung video. baka may isa sa inyong pwede mag-share ng inyong product demo video that you presented during the demo day. Just let me know if anyone can share it. Who can share it? Von, you can.
Sure po.
Okay, sige. So while Von is preparing the file, our demo day has, I think 2 to 3 panel yan 2 to 3 experts. Iba yung experts sa marketability at iba din yung expert sa technical. Iba rin yung expert for intellectual property. So dumadaan sila talaga sa very tedious process. No, I think you're term 2, no? Term 2 ba kayo,
Yes,
guys?
ma'am.
Yeah, term 2 kayo. So, kasi sa term 2, after the term, dun kami nag-evaluate ng aming mga products, no? Kaya meron kaming tagline. Ano nga yung tagline natin, guys, sa Senti? Ang ating tagline, the end is just the start. Oo. So, ang ginagawa sa kanila is pagtas ng demo day nila, ine-evaluate yung products nila. Matagal yung process. Kasi imagine guys, they are from term 2. Yung term 2 po ay natapos noong month of March ba kayo? March kayo nag-demo, no? Tama ba?
Yes po.
Yeah, March kayo nag-demo. So imagine, no, from March, we have April, May, June, no? Halos 3 months of evaluating your products to come up with the top product, no? At kasama yung product ninyo sa mga napili. Okay? Kasama yung mga products nyo sa mga napili. Namimili kasi tayo na tinatawag nating yellow laners or yung mga incubators at saka green laners or yung ating mga exhibitors. Okay, so Bon, just click share. If your file is a video, you can click share video.
Ma'am, clarification po, the demo or the ads po?
Yung inyong ads, yung product, yung ads nyo. Okay. Hello, Fermina Sunga. Hello, Chai Helpful. And of course, Sharon, salamat for dropping by. And to our almost 200 viewers on Facebook. Hello po sa inyong lahat. Yung mga nasa Facebook po, if you want to interact with us, please write your name on the chat box because due to data privacy, no, StreamYard will not show your names whenever you do a chat. Okay, but you can actually write your name naman if you want to interact. Okay, so when you're ready, you can share the file.
Is my screen visible na po?
Yes, it's visible. You can play it. So let's watch for the file. Oh, amazing yung ano nyo ah. Ang cute na yung video. Yes, Andy, you have question to them? Nawawala yung
Hello?
audio. Yes. Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Ayan, so for my question po, since na-curious din ako doon sa pinlay na video ni Sir Von. So, can you discuss further kung ano yung naging inspiration ng product nyo na Baraya?
Well, actually, it has a very funny story because Baraya is very, very random. Aside from being blockmates, we are also friends. So the moment we were tasked to brainstorm for a product, we were actually playing a card game, but not necessarily a locally made card game, an international card game, which is Uno. So from there, while we were playing, we started brainstorming and we started using it as an idea. So where did Baraya came from? Um, we were truly inspired by the film Goyo, Ang Batang General, which is played by Paulo Avellino. As you can see in the visuals of the game, the entire theme is based on the film itself, with the clothes of the visuals and the places that is featured on the second volume. The theme revolves around the film itself, which is set during the pre-colonial Spanish and American era.
Alright, so kaya pala ganun yung team. Ah, Maka-Pilipino, no? So because it was inspired by the movie General. Okay. Now there's a twist in your ano no in your product. Could you tell us how how Baraya works? Okay, so for everyone's for the new viewers, hello Ma'am Kat, and Chof My Love, hello for dropping by, and our 200 plus guests in Facebook, hello to all of you. Um, do you have your cards? Can you please show it on the screen if you have it? Paki, paki,
Wait,
pakipatingin. Ako, I have a copy, bumili ako eh. Oo.
medyo
Pwede
malayo.
nyo.
I'll try to share. Wait,
Naka-curious din po ako dun sa itsura ng card.
Oo. Kailangan makita nila yung card nyo.
This is actually our first volume, ma'am, which is the Uwi na Lagot Ka. Baraya means Barahat Ligaya, and Baraya consists two volumes po, which is the first volume is Uwi na Lagot Ka. I'm not sure if makikita po sa screen.
Maybe somebody can type on the comment section yung pangalan ng volume 1. Anyone can type, no? Is it uwi na or uwi na? Uwi na, lagot ka.
Uwi
Can
na
you
Lagot
type it?
Ka. It means, ma'am, in English,
Somebody.
go home or you're dead.
Yeah, sige. Go ahead, Kurt. Sige.
So for the first volume, ma'am, this is Uwi na Lagot Ka. Von will explain the concept or the whole theme of this game, ma'am.
Naka-mute ka.
Von,
You're
you're
muted.
muted.
So for volume one, ma'am, the theme is about going out of the house without the permission from your mom. In a typical Filipino household po, when you go out of the house, your mom will eventually shout for your name and pull over just to look for you. So one afternoon, one of the kids of Inay Carmelita, which is one of the characters of Uwi na Lagot Ka, snuck out of the house. So the goal of the game is for the child who snuck out of the house to return back to the headquarters before her mom finds out. So all throughout the game, all of the players are wearing blindfolds except for the moderators and the seekers. So further instructions, it was actually developed by Miss for Volume One. The game concept was actually developed by Miss Ibañez and Mr. Guanzon. So for more details, Miss Kathleen.
So this Uwi na Lagot Ka, it is based on what a Filipino household is like. And when you go out without your mom's permission, you need to go home before she catches you. While your dad will be more like the supportive one, or your lookout for you to come home without your mom noticing. So this will be more like a team versus team game, wherein the mother, which portrays Inay Carmelita along with other characters, will be the searcher, or you're the one who will find you if ever that you pick the card for the escapee. And the father, Itay Joselito, along with other characters as well, will be your protector and you as the escapee. And of course, with other characters as well, even if ever that you succeed or got home without your mom catching you, then the winning team will be you along with your protectors, and you will decide the consequences to the losing team.
Now
I
moving
So
see.
on
all
for moving on, for Volume 2, which is Lakbay, it was developed by Miss Samantha Sulit and Miss Mausisa Jellovie. So the theme of Volume 2, unlike the first one, which is like circulating around the theme of Among Us, the second volume is more of a puzzle type, wherein Philippine landmarks are being featured. For more details, Miss Samantha.
Lakbay is a perfect game for friends. It has two sets of cards, which are skill cards and puzzle cards. So for the goal of this game is to create a three sets of puzzle cards. So our puzzle cards contains the historical site of the Philippines. So we will use the skill cards to use as an attack or a defend to make your puzzle cards, or to complete the three sets that you need to win. And for additional information, let's have Mr. Curt Guanzon, since Miss Jellovie is not here.
so as Sam mentioned about skill cards, we have this skill card that called Maharlika. This is the this is the most powerful skill card in all. So once you see your fellow teams having a full sets or having a three sets of puzzle cards, you can use the Maharlika skill cards as an attack to get those puzzle cards in order for you to win. So that's the overall theme of the. That's how Lakbay plays.
Can you please show your volume 2? Patingin. Ayun, lakbay. Yung isa, teka lang, lakbay kasi, yung number 1 kasi uwi na, lagot ka. Tama. And then yung number 2 is lakbay. I know. Tama ba, guys?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Number
ma'am.
2 is lakbay. Ayun. So, right now, guys, to all our viewers, this Team Baraya team already has 2 volumes of their games. Uwi na lagot ka and lakbay, with of course different ways of playing. Guys, what is nga your what is the card promoting? I heard Kurt and Von telling me what the card is actually promoting during our exhibit. No, ano nga yung pinopromote ng card niyo?
For Volume 1, ma'am, it's typically the home practices of Filipinos. Meanwhile, for Volume 2, these are the Philippines architecture and different landmarks all over the country po.
So that was nice, no? So so guys, you mean during your demo day last term, you presented 2 volumes already.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
That was nice. Huh? That's You don't just you don't just rock the boat. You really shake the boat, no? Because you don't just submit the minimum requirement. You've submitted beyond expectation because of course if I am your professor, I would allow you to submit even one volume, but to submit two volumes and entirely as two different concepts are really very much amazing. For me, it's really going beyond the course requirement, and these are type of themes that we are really looking at, no, na sa mga nanonood sa atin, because of course ang ating ano naman is na nare-replay yung ating mga episodes, no, for our mind students, no, um yung the concept or the yung mentality of the student that you go beyond the minimum. Kasi palagi tayong submitting just the minimum, no? Yung sa inyo, you go beyond the minimum. I really applaud you for that, guys. It's really super amazing to hear that. So, dalawa ito, lakbay. Magkaiba sila ng ano, no, ng kapal. I mean, just
Yes,
my
ma'am.
observation. Alin yung mas makapal? Tsaka bakit ganun? Magkaiba yung kapal nila.
Um, volume 2, ma'am, yung much thicker, and then yung volume 1, ma'am, yung thinner. Bale, the reason why volume 2 has so many cards, it's because these are puzzle cards, ma'am. So there are multiple cards in order for you to complete different sets of puzzle cards. Meanwhile, for volume 2, you can only see avatar cards and skill cards po.
I see. Oh. And how much can they buy it?
For our first volume, ma'am, which is the Uwi na Lagot Ka, it's 499 pesos po, ma'am. Then our second volume, which is the Lakbay, cost 699 pesos, ma'am.
Right. So, hindi niyo ako pala sinuklian ng 2 piso. 499 and
We can give it to
699.
you,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, of course, hindi ako nagpahulian eh. Kasi, syempre, ayoko. I don't wanna be the last. No? I want to be the first, to join the first craze. No? So, the moment that they sell the first few batches of the card, I see to it that my son has a copy of these cards. No? Just a few questions more. What is the what do you think is the age that the age that their age that should play your cards?
For volume 1, ma'am, which is Uwi na Lagot Ka, it is perfect for teenagers from 13 and above. Why? Because this is the time where your competitive range is oozing out. You become very competitive, and in Uwi na Lagot Ka, you really need to defend yourself for your mom, for so that your mom won't see you. For volume 2, which is Lakbay, we recommend it for 7 years old and above, since these are puzzle cards with information about the landmarks in the Philippines. It's very educational and very entertaining as well po.
All right. When they say 7 years old and above, 13 years old above, so of course 50 years old can play it. So even the lolas and the lolo can basically play this cards. No. So I have another question, and I know that you were bombarded with this question. So many of this type of question during the exhibit. Do you think physical cards like this, playing physically, not online, is still relevant at this present time?
Yes, ma'am. We do believe that it is still very relevant in this point of time because sometimes online games are very exhausting. It serves as like a break, a breather, in other words. There are several parks, coffee shops that, features this kind of mode of entertainment. Aside, it's very chaotic, and online games are pretty chaotic nowadays. So this kind of game is sort of like a lilo or a breather. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I agree with you, Von, no? Because my son is a very fanatic on card games. In fact, nag-order siya sa Switzerland, nag-order siya sa Japan, nag-order ko saan-saan, di ko na alam na naka-order na pala. Online, no? For the card games. Because card games is a breather, yeah. Because it's a way for them to stop the online gaming, no? Stop muna sila and they play. And it is also the time to physically bond with friends and your siblings and your relatives, no? Kasi you sit down together, and with the family, of course. You sit down, and then after sitting down, you 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 bond using this games, no? At bukod sa ikaw ay naglalaro, nagkakaroon ng breather, nalilibang, natututo ka pa because your cards are definitely educational, and you are also not only educational but you are also promoting Philippines in your cards, and that's quite a very fantastic idea, no? So guys, how many volumes do you plan to launch? Tapos na ba ang journey? Or there are still, or the journey has just started?
Just like what Senti is trying to pursue, the end is just the start. Our term may have just ended, but you know, try to expect more from Baraya po.
Nice, that's nice. We will of course try to expect more of the volumes, and I hope of course the team would be able to determine the right how how should the next volume should be coming up, no? So parang ano yan, no? Parang meron na kayong planning, example, kailan i-release yung volume 3, kailan yung volume 4, no? Parang ano lang yan, iPhone 1, iPhone 2, iPhone 3, no? Meron tayong tinatawag na phasing para yung mga fans ninyo is, keep on, clamoring, and maybe much more exciting that we're gonna do, guys, is to bago pa tayo magla-launch, bago pa kayo maglalabas ng bagong volume, gagawa tayo na napakagandang activity, the launching activity, no? A launching activity first, and then doon nyo dinidescribe yung theme ng inyong product, and then tsaka tayo maglalabas ng mga iba-ibang volumes ninyo, no? That's quite exciting. Parang ako yata ang na-excite para sa kanila. Okay, yes, and pass on the mic to you.
Okay, so baka po may mga audience tayo na naku-curious kung saan pwedeng ma-avail yung product. So may platform na po ba kayo kung saan nabebenta yung Baraya?
You can check us on Twitter and on Instagram at _Baraya Official po.
And of course, this product, since this is will be a what you call this, a spin-off from the National University, you will soon be hearing the products from our Facebook, yung ating www. I'm writing it, newwave.ph. So this is the Technology Business Incubation website of National University that will highlight and feature all the products or spin-off products of our students and faculties together. Okay? Sabi dito, may comment dito, as a teacher, that innovation could be an alternative learning materials for students. Good job, Baraya team. Do you have plans to introduce it on different learning institutions?
That's actually one of the points that we've presented during our demo day. For our marketing plan, one of our marketing plan is to collaborate with different schools so that we could sell more card games for the children po.
Yes, true. Children and the feeling children. Of course, we have also here a comment from our Facebook user. Hello, Ma'am Ria, and the Feminine Genius team. Watching here from Bacolod via Facebook page. Hello, Bacolod, the city of the smiles, of course. Another great opportunity for young innovators, mabuhay ang unicorn. Yeah, mabuhay ang unicorn, yes. We are, of course, wanting to produce unicorns in the Philippines. And for anyone's knowledge, unicorn is a startup company that is valuated at 1 billion US dollars. And of course, kaya unicorn ang symbol ng the feminine genius, no? The shoes and the unicorn, no? Because of course we are eyeing at becoming a unicorn. I wanted to be a unicorn, and I wanted my students to become a unicorn as well, using our own startups. Okay, and so I've written on the board talaga para ako nagtuturo. I've written on the comment section www.newwave.ph, where soon these products of our students will be launched. Sabi, hi po, Samantha Sulit. Nako, meron ng fan base si Samantha. Siguro sister mo to, or nanay mo, or pinsan mo. Sana ang mga buo niyong pamilya, pinanood nyo dito sa ating episode. No? Okay, so back to you, Anne.
And so another question, since you have already produced 2 volumes na ng Baraya, so tingin niyo ba you are ready na to become a startup business?
Yes, we do believe that we are ready. I think that's the mindset that we would like to put inside our heads, that we are ready, because if there's an opportunity, why not grab it?
Yes, so there become soon to be startup. Of course, we will be incubating them under the New Wave Creative and Technology Hub. And good evening, magandang gabi, Bon Labora, ang ating brand development, branding director. Hi, Bon. Bon Labora apparently is a friend pala ng one awardee. No? I was awarded, by the way, kami ni Anne is from the same school, primary and secondary school.
Alma mater.
Yes, alma mater the same. Where I, of course, was awarded as one of the top outstanding alumni in the field of engineering practice. And Bon Labora is a friend of our co-top alumni. Hi, Bon. I hope we can collaborate with your friend regarding sculptures. Yeah. Hello, Bon. Si Bon ang ating magiging siyang ating publisher, no, guys. All our guests will have one chapter in our book. So you'll be having a book chapter. Your lives will be having a book chapter. No? You have to be proud. Magkakaroon kayo ng volume. Kami ni Miss Anna mag-author dyan. Okay, back to you guys. Startups, no? For the viewers, we've been discussing startups so many times. Marami tayong naging episodes on startups. Marami na tayong mga mentors sa startup na na-interview. Marami na tayong startups na na-interview dito. Okay? And uulit-ulitin ko rin ang definition ng startup or startup company under the Republic of the Philippines as defined by the Innovation Act of the Philippines is a company that is involved in innovative products and processes. If you are doing innovation in your products and processes, then you are defined as a startup company. Startup company does not necessarily mean a young company. If you're a young company but you're not into innovation, you don't belong in a startup company. And of course, the government, together with universities, are working hand in hand together to promote startup in the Philippines. And we at National University are trying to give them the needed ecosystem for startups so that they can become unicorns in the future. So, of course, this group is bold enough to embrace that challenge of becoming or to be groomed as an upcoming startup company. But of course, Ano, because they had this first experience of a real and live exhibit. This happened last week. Tama ba? This week. This week na ba tawag doon? From Tuesday. What date is that? It's
This
from
weekend po.
June.
Yes.
June 27. June 27, 28, 20, no,
28.
28. Yeah,
28.
28. Yes. To July 1, no? They have a 4 days exhibit at the Souk Fair, or SUC Fair, at the Music Hall Mall of Asia. It's supposed to be a Souk Fair. Souk stands for State Universities and Colleges. State universities and colleges are, of course, government owned or publicly owned institutions or higher educations in the Philippines. But of course, SOOCs and National University has a partnership. That's why we are the only private university who participated in the recently concluded SOOC Fair. Now, ang question ko, each of you to answer, how describe your experience during that 4 days fair and exhibit. Let me start with Samantha.
For me po, yung experience po namin sa exhibit is magiging helpful po talaga, especially sa course namin na marketing, because we got the chance to interact to different types of people and also offer them our products po. And yung feeling po na nakakabenta ka ng product, while also makita mo po na interested yung mga tao na dumadaan or yung bumibili po, is nakakapagbigay po siya ng ibang feeling, especially po na ito po yung product namin na kami po yung nag-innovate, na nagtulong-tulong po kami. And aside from that po, it feels nice din po kasi yung chairman po ng CHED, we had a chance to talk to him po. And interested po siya sa product din po namin, and bumili din po siya ng product po namin. Ayun lang po. All in all, masaya po and great po yung experience. And memorable.
Okay, yeah. Chairman Popoy de Vera, baka mamaya nakikinig si Chairman Popoy. Of course, friend ko siya sa Facebook, no? Chairman Popoy, I'm so glad that we personally met during the Souk Fair, and thank you for supporting National University's product and buying our product. Kasama, dinala niyo yung kanyang mga apo yata yun, no? Who bought your products, no? So that was, of course, very amazing. Imagine, the chairman from the Commission on Higher Education ay dinala pa ang kanyang mga apo at bumili ng products natin. Thank you, Samantha. Yes, Kathleen? What has been your experience?
So our experience for the whole exhibit was really fun po talaga. But we've been really nervous as well, especially during the first day, since there were other schools who participated, and most of their products are really interesting compared with our card games. And I really thought that people wouldn't care about our products. But when they passed through our booth and saw the graphical designs of our cards, they became interested, and even some of them could not believe that we're still first year college students, ma'am.
Yeah, Kathleen, very nice to note that, no, yung intimidation, yung tipong, of course, we're talking about SOOCs, no? SOOCs are primarily funded universities, no? They were pretty much supported by the government in terms of funding on product development, which is not the case of private universities. Okay, so sa atin kasi, our funding would, but of course, funding is very limited. Funding might come from our university and that may not be as big as what SOOCs are getting. So there's this feeling of intimidation. Sinasabi ni Katlina, ay baka naman our product will not pair that well with other universities, no? So, gaano ka-overwhelming yung feeling na ganun, Katlina? Biglang, oy, pinapansin yung product namin? No, how was that?
Super shocked din po talaga, as what Miss Samantha Sulit said earlier, yung chairman po yun ng CHED. Actually, wala po talagang dumadaan sa booth namin masyado. Then, bigla lang po siyang lumapit. Then, he became interested po sa cards. Then, nagpa-explain po siya, nagpa-discuss siya what's the purpose and how to play that cards. And then, bigla po kaming nakaramdam ng saya because sinabi niya na babalik siya kinabukasan. So, to purchase the card, which is dadalhin nga po niya yung mga apo niya. And, yun nga po, bumalik nga po sila para po mag-purchase po ng card namin, which is very fulfilling po talaga sa part namin.
Yeah, so Kathleen, when you go home, ano yun, pinagmalaki nyo ba sa nanay at tatay nyo yan?
Ay, yes po, ma'am.
Pwede ba bang i-reenact? Pwede bang mag-reenact ka? Paano mo sinabi sa mommy, daddy mo? Or pwede ba reenactment? Kunwari ako yung mommy mo, sige.
Syempre, ma'am, yung syempre kahit pagod ka, tapos din bigla mong maaalala yung scene. Sinabi ko po talaga sa mother ko na, alam mo ba, yung chairman ng CHED, ganun. Kasi akala po talaga namin, yung fair na yun is parang normal fair lang siya, wherein may mga booths nga po from different schools. Then, hindi ko po akalain na yung chairman nga po ng CHED is magpo-purchase po ng product namin. Then, nung nalaman nga po namin na bumalik yung chairman na siya, together with his, yung mga apo nga po niyang twins. Then, bigla ko po talagang sinabi sa mother ko, nasa baba po siya, na nasa taas ako, napababa po talaga ako bigla, para lang sabihin yun.
Ano, yung parang kinikilig-kilig ka ba? Ganon?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, syempre, no, yung feeling nung una, parang, oh my God, parang, kung baka yung product namin will not, baka pangit, dahil sila, baka magagaling sila, no, things like that, as first year pa kayo, the usual feeling, no, tapos biglang, all of a sudden, when you're there, you finally gain traction, and that traction really, it's not just an ordinary traction, because it comes from the chairman of the Commission on Higher Education, and thus the kilig and all the fun and all the fuss and all everything, yung happiness, yung joy, doble-doble or baka triple pa. Okay, so that's nice to note, no? Ganda ng feeling. And how about you, Kurt?
Again, it was memorable and fun. We didn't expect na ganun kabenta yung product namin. And actually, nakabenta kami ng almost 11 sets of cards. So thankfully, nakaproduce kami ng more than 11 sets of cards during before the expo. So and it was as well good since na-interact namin yung mga iba't ibang well-known people at iba't ibang mga expert pagdating sa product innovations. And we learned so much for the whole week, throughout the whole week.
Yes, the interaction is very important, no? Because can you discuss some of the, aside from, of course, Kurt discussed that there are, they that nag-sell yung product, in short, no, guys, nabili, nabenta, may bumili, and that to us is very important because that's captures the heart of the people, no? Biruin mo, sa dami-dami ng products doon, we're talking of national event, guys. We're talking of an event of the whole Philippines, of the whole souks from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, no? Ganun kalaki yung competition. In fact, in one booth, you're gonna find the dozens of products coming from multiple universities in just one booth, no? So ang ano dito ni Kurt is that they were able to sell. Siguro if maybe if aga nyo kasi nagpa-pack up eh. Aga-aga nyo umuwi. It's supposed to be 10 to 10 eh. Nagmamadali po silang umuwi. Maybe if they stayed longer, they could have, sold out everything that they have prepared for that exhibit. Kasi you know what, guys? Some of the office workers are coming to the malls late, no? Yung iba mag-out pa lang sa offices nila ng 5 p.m. So, binibigyan kasi dapat natin opportunity yung mga after work na pumunta makita exhibit natin. Kaya tayo nag-stay ng late. Kaya lang, syempre, because it comes to a time when you are still having your final examinations and your students, etc., no? Kaya, hindi tuloy tayo nakapag-stand ng 10 p.m. Maybe ang ating solution that in our next exhibit is to really have some stuff of from Senti via dapat siguro reliebo no may mga scheduling no, some people stay um first shift and then there's this second shift kasi hindi nakita nung iba yung galing pa sa mga opisina nila yung papunta pa lang sa mall. Pauwi pa lang sila, papunta pa lang sila sa mall, nagpa-pack up na tayo. But if you know, extended time, I think they're gonna sell all of them and not bad as the first time, no? So, could you tell me, how's the preparation, no? Hindi biro yung dinaanan ng grupo because of the very short notice and a very short preparation of time. And one of the things that I like most and applaud most on our exhibitors, these teams, really, they took on the challenge regardless of the constraint in time and resources. So could you tell us, no, besides mo na doon sa inyong experience ng preparation, I just wanted to hold muna natin yan. Let's first go to Von, the project lead, no, of your experience during the exhibit.
Um, Aside from the business aspect of the fair po, ma'am, the entire program po was very festive as we were able to view different talents from different groups of people all over the country. So aside from the diverse products po that we were able to try out and we were able to look through, we were also able to appreciate the different talents from singing to dancing and even in fashion. So it's like a wide range of artistic styles from different areas of the Philippines po, ma'am.
Yeah, I agree with you, Von, no? Kasi souks really are like that, no? During every event, they try to showcase national costume, national culture in terms of their plays, dances, songs, fashion show, etc. Ganun kasi sa souks. Typically, they always start and end with a very bongacious festivities, parang fiesta, no? Ganun ang datingan nila. And they have this cultural shows na ipinapakita palagi. And mostly, guys, yun yung nilulook forward in every event. Yung mga ganun kasi, very seldom do we have a chance to really watch those cultural shows because watching cultural shows will deepen your your creativity. Will deepen your passion, no? Kaya alam nyo kahit nakaka-bore nga yung mga natawag natin mga play, sa mga kunwari pupunta kayo sa mga cultural centers, you have to take time to watch at least, no, 'di ba, Miss ano, at least naman lang mga kunwari twice a year, you visit those museums, visit those theaters so that you get to watch all those different cultures. Kasi they highlighted Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, no? No, first day, Luzon muna, second day, Visayas, third day, Mindanao, and the last day is the fashion show. You know, I was really fascinated by the fashion show. I saw their get up. Parang sabi ko, oh my God, I do hope that I will have a wardrobe as complete as that. I saw the presidents of different souks dressing up and having this fashion show. And yun lang yun na miss out natin na next time we hope that more students will be having that opportunity to watch over those cultural shows, no, para mas malalim tayong tao, no, yung ating mga konsepto mas lumalalim pa. Siguro ang isa nating magandang suggestion dito in the future is that maybe on our next exhibit we really need to nagkataon kasi sem break, no, but on our next exhibit maybe we have to make it a compulsory for entrepreneur students to really visit our booth, no, and to really watch the shows. Bihira ito eh. Ako actually yun ang hinahabol ko lalo pag pupunta ako sa iba't ibang bansa. The cultural shows is always a must. No, I have to spend my time, my evening watching cultural shows and usually this happen in evenings. Tapos natin magbenta, no, napagod tayo kaka-explain doon. Sa hapon, sa gabi, marerelax at ikaw ay manonood. So this is part of the whole show of the whole experience of the shows. Now, very good at all four of you capture the main events that happen during the exhibit. So I wanted to go back in my initial in my previous question, no? The preparation. They have accepted the challenge to prepare for an exhibit as big as that. My God, guys, if the Sooks are preparing for it for a year, we prepared for 2 weeks. Well, that's so amazing, no? It's no joke. Sa kanila taon yan, guys. So, if you look at the collection of those products and the inventory of the products that they had, no, this is a year preparation while we prepare for 2 weeks. So, guys, can you give me why you take on the challenge and what are the preparations you do to beat the deadlines? Anyone can answer.
In terms, ma'am, of beating the deadline, it was definitely a struggle and such a challenge for us since it's our finals week in MU, ma'am. But nevertheless, it was all worth it since the experience was very it really treasured the experience po, ma'am. In terms of how we were able to beat the deadline, maybe thousands of phone calls to our suppliers. We really tried our best para po mag-respond sila as soon as possible since our cards are since we were only tasked to produce only a limited amount of cards. So technically, the cutting of the cards was very time consuming. So that's the only struggle, the cutting of cards. The printing of cards are easy. The cutting of cards, ma'am, was the challenge for us.
You do the cutting.
No, ma'am. Or the cutting is not it's not mano-mano, ma'am, but it's time consuming, ma'am. Medyo matagal.
Yeah, over time consuming, yes. Yeah, that ano, matrabaho yung pagpa-follow up ako ng suppliers and I've had so much of excuses from students. So I've heard a lot of those excuses. Excuses like, no, I don't have time. The supplier cannot do it. And we have exam. We have a limited time. Blah, 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 blah. No, that's why it's called entrepreneurial mind. No, because the mindset will drive you to do something big, something bold. If you don't have that entrepreneurial mind, you will not take on the challenge. You will join on the bandwagon of all the rest of the students saying all those excuses. No? Madaming excuse eh. Final exam namin, we want to do this and that, yung supplier namin, blah, blah, blah. No, nawala ng paraan. So, dito, natin matetest. Talaga bang na-instill sa mind ng mga batang ito during their one term with us under CENTI, the so-called entrepreneurial mind, no? Wherein having that mindset, you'll be able to, cross, push boundaries. No boundaries. No, nothing is impossible. All are possible in 2 weeks. Oh, not 2 weeks. Maybe days. I don't know. Is it days? Days, di ba? How many days?
It's from when is Tuesday, ma'am, up to Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Five po, ma'am.
Imagine, you really move mountains in 5 days. Amazing, amazing, and that's why I have to feature you so that this interview will be you will be watched by other students and they'll know how you were able to do this very hard um, exercise, no, in the preparation for a national exhibit. We're even naka-feature ito, no? Naka-feature sa TV. There's a lot of interviews, etc. By the way, you gain traction, no? Not just by having sales, but also having a lot of interviews and can you tell me all other engagement that you have gotten aside from the selling, no, ano yung mga interviews or partnerships or future collaborations, ano to, magbigay kayo ng example na iba nyo pang naging engagements?
Aside from direct sales, we were also able to interact with different game developers from different universities po, ma'am. They they arrived on our booth telling us that they are very amazed by how much passion we have because we are marketing students. So they didn't expect an art form coming from us po. Hindi po nila in-expect na card game po yung ipoproduce namin. So, yung engagements po namin mostly from game developers po, ma'am, and interviews po, ma'am, mostly academic interviews lang po from CHED po, ma'am.
Yes, kita ko daming lumalapit sa inyo daw para kayo artista, no?
Meron actually kami na-interact na
Yes.
professor, ma'am, from Batangas. He was he is a fine arts professor po, and he wants to use our products po as a basis to his students po. So parang proud po kami na na showcase namin yung product namin, ginamit pang basis for the students from the different schools, from the different universities.
All right. Very nice. Of course. We of course we are here steady to facilitate all those collaborations, as many collaborations as possible. Um, para I hope that you will win, no? You'll be joining competitions very soon. We will gearing you up towards that direction, no? Dapat mga kontesera kayo. Kontesero at kontesera aside from selling, no? Kasi ako kontesera talaga ako, no? I've won several national awards from my technology, from my invention, starting 2018, 19, 20, taon-taon nagkakaroon ako ng award. So, dapat mamana nyo yun, guys, no? Imo-mold namin kayo towards in that direction. We want to expose you more and more. Wala na dapat, ano na to, ang tawag doon, wala nang tulugan. Hindi, wala nang titigil pa. And don't worry, while you're, yun yung kasabay no? What's amazing with these people, no, is that they're students. Kasabay pa yung ginagawa nila. So of course that is taken care of, and we will make it student friendly. Student friendly ang ating magiging attack and preparation, or in giving you more exposures. All right. So yes, Anne, do you have more other questions?
Ayan po. So, another question po for the developer of Baraya. So, what are your tips to the student who also wants to explore product development and commercialization of their products?
Just always trust your instinct and just always trust the process. I mean, not everything comes in an easy way. Everything comes the hard way. So there's no easy route. Just, trust the process.
I agree. For me, I think they need to think outside of the box and believe in themselves. Think think of your failures as motivation and keep striving and keep improving.
Kathleen?
Yun nga, stay on your track and focus where you started. And yun nga, as Mr. Guanzon said, don't afraid to make mistakes kasi it's part of the process, and wala naman pong sa pagpo-produce po ng product, hindi naman po agad-agad na mapo-perfect nyo yun. So, it's normal po na magkaroon kayo ng difficulties along the way, and yun nga, pag-continue lang po talaga.
Yes, Samantha?
I also agree with them po. It's normal to be afraid at first because as we all know, it is risky po talaga. Hindi natin alam if meron bang makaka-appreciate ng product, if meron pong bibili, if papatok po ba, ganun. Pero wag po tayong matakot na mag-try and mag-explore ng mga new things because hindi po natin alam kung hindi po natin malalaman kung kung worth it po yung pag-take natin ng risk if hindi po natin ita-try. And ayun na po, wag po natin sanang i-miss yung chance kasi if hindi po natin trinay, hindi po natin malalaman. Ayun po.
Yes, no harm in trying, no? Maganda lahat yung inspiration, yung mga inspirational tips yung na binigay sa ating mga students. May question ako. Nag-aaway-away din ba kayo at times?
Yes po.
So,
Ano, mga competitive po sila. Parang kahit kung saan lang po dadaan, pinagtatalunan na po namin. Pero hindi naman po siya yung pagtatalo na in a bad way po.
Yes po.
Ganun po.
yes, of course. Normal yun, no? Mga abnormal kayo, pwede kayo nagtalo-talo. Lalo with, if you are with 5 people who has so many ideas in the mind and the ideas, your mind seems to blow, no? Ang daan pumapasok siguro sa isip nyo, expressing those ideas in 2 volumes really are maybe not easy to bear, no, not easy to bear. And I also am very impressed on how you guys has a rapport on working with each other. And Von, how was it as a project leader?
I'd say that the flow was smooth naman po. They're easy to contact. Thank God. They respond naman po ng mabilis when I try to contact them. Yun po.
So it means, with the words of Vaughn, we can still easily say that communication is a key. You have to talk. You have to communicate. No communication, nothing is very successful. All your ideas have to be communicated. Na minsan kasi yan yung hirap eh. So many ideas na pumapasok sa mind, hindi ma-express, hindi makapag-communicate. And that I think is a very, to all teams, no? Teamwork nga eh. And number 1 is always good communication. Diyan hahaba yung relationship nyo, guys. Okay, so that just to give the idea to everyone, no? Baka iniisip nyo, nasasabi sila, no easy way, it's a hard way. But guys, to all our viewers, if I'll give you their timeline roughly, no? Because they were enrolled in Entrepmind by I think November, January or December. I'm sorry. Are you December?
If I'm not mistaken po, ma'am, last week of November.
Okay, last week of November, they enrolled in the subject. And they follow strictly timeline set by Senti. And that by the end of the term, they're about they should be ready with a product. So aside from them doing their usual coursework of the subject or the subject, yes, they are also into product development. So in other words, it took them 3.5 months in total to develop the products, or less, because kasi first few weeks are more of incorporating concepts, no? First few weeks of the subject is more on lecturing, giving them teaching them opportunity, what you call this, looking for opportunities, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, the principles of Hennessy Senior, and then the intellectual property, design thinking, customer value proposition. And from there, they start already their product development. So roughly, I think that's maybe week 6, or midterm, no? So that's about midterm. So hatiin natin yung 3.5. O sabihin na natin 1 week spent for 1 month spent for ideation process, and the rest of the 2.5 months spent for product development. 2.5. Remember that, no? So that's roughly 3.5 journey, 3.5 months journey. So any one of you watching here, if you think it's impossible to do a product in a span of 3.5, well, this group Baraya had proven you wrong. They go beyond expectation. They even went into 2 volumes of their first product. Okay, so Anne, your next question.
And so for the next question, after your experiences in the entrepreneurial mind course, product development and exhibit, what are your future plans or upcoming plans with Baraya?
More volumes to come. Yun po, more volumes to come for Baraya.
Okay, more volumes to come. Okay. So, of course, to put up the startup company very soon. Okay. So, maano pa tayo, no? Maglalagay pa tayo ng mga madaming inputs for you, more training so that you can really come up with a very good business model and at maayos natin perfectly ang ating mga ginagawa. All right. Next, Anne, you have, I think, one last question for
Dr.
them.
Ria, possible po ba na ma-share, hello po. And so possible po ba na may isa sa kanila makapag-share screen po nung page po nila sa Instagram para makita din ng audience?
We are more on promoting the www.newwave.ph. We will soon, nakapost na ba sa newwave.ph? I've discussed this with Ma'am Arnie 2 days ago to put on headline Baraya product on our new wave. Okay, so I actually had written it already. I've already written it www.new-wave.ph. Doon natin sila i-feature on all their products. Jello says, I'm proud of you guys. Yes, we're all proud of them. Ayan. Ayan.
Ayan po. So,
Jello
for the
has
last question, and so for the last question, how are you going to promote National University through your product?
Again po, miss.
How are you going to promote National University with the help of your product, Baraya?
I think making our product stand out to the market is one thing that we can promote, and we need to prove that National University really has the education that really works. And we are proud. We can say that we are proud that we are Nationalian, and I think this is enough, since this motivates us to do more.
very well said, Kurt. So please enroll at National University for you to have an entrepreneurial mind, because this is one of the game, no? This is one of the attribute of a graduate of National University, to have that entrepreneurial mind. So so we are so blessed and happy to have you as our guest on our episode 91. Ayan. So maybe briefly lang, isa-isa sa inyo, pakisagot lang tong theme natin. How entrepreneurial mind can be a mindset of a student.
I think that entrepreneurial mind is a great platform to train students and make them ready for the future. Napakalaking opportunity talaga ito, especially for us marketing students and to all young entrepreneurs. And nahahasa ang mga talento namin dito sa iba't ibang mga bagay at hindi natin sasayangin itong malaking opportunity, lalo na isa ito sa magiging advantage natin pag nag-apply tayo sa future, pag nagtrabaho tayo.
Thank you, Kurt. Baka pagka kumikita ka na ng milyon, di ka na magtatrabaho. You'll focus on manufacturing your products and
Or
coming up,
continue inspire people po, ma'am.
yeah, you have more and more product forms, no, or volumes, etc. Yes, how about you, Samantha?
Okay. Gaya po ng sinabi ni Kurt, naniniwala rin po ako na magiging isang malaking tulong po yung pagkakaroon ng mindset ng entrepreneurial mind sa mga estudyante kasi hindi nasa-showcase po rin dito yung talent po ng bawat isa. And aside po dun, parang if ano po siya pag naging successful po, madadala mo na po siya hanggang sa pagda-dive. Kumbaga magiging investment mo na po yung pagkakaroon po ng entrep na mind. Ayun po.
Well said, Samantha. Yes, next, Kathleen.
Since being an entrepreneurial minded po is it also consists of teamwork. So dito po, you can also use your existing capabilities as well as you will also learn with your fellow teammates wherein you will also discover na meron ka palang talent sa ganito. You can also do editing as well like your teammates and you really train your existing capabilities and discover new knowledge as well through the process po. That's why this is a really big opportunity for students like us.
Thank you, Kathleen. And let's have, of course, yung pinaka siguro ating lead. Nakahirap yung trabaho ng project. John.
I think, ma'am, one of the biggest misconception about having an entrepreneurial mindset that it's just about money. It's not just about money. It's being able to develop different skill sets, being able to know how to manage a team well, and also having the means to build networks with other people. Ma'am. It's not just about your personal take on money, but also an interactive way to connect with people.
Very well said, Juan. Yeah, the skills, the entrepreneurial mind that will give you the needed skill sets, prepare you in the future, either becoming an entrepreneur or an employee with an entrepreneurial skills. Thank you so much, guys. We've learned so much. We're inspired by you. We will be having our Pinoy Henyo. Diyan lang kayo. Sulat kayo sa private chat. You have a private chat on the right side of the screen. Please, write. Pag-usap-usap na lang kayong apat. 5 significant words that you have mentioned repetitively or significantly during the discussion. Okay, so I'll give you time to think for that 5 words and we will ask the audience to guess those words, give the clues. Kayo mag-give ng clues. So while you're thinking of your words, Anne will do a shout out. Anne.
Ayan po. So, good evening, Ma'am Kat, Vinci, Adhikalarion, then Kyofi, my love, Jello. I'm proud of you guys. And at _ Baraya official, then Ma'am Kat, malapit po sa amin dito ay yung Fairview. And from Jello, in gold Gold and Blue, National U. Then from Kat, thank you to each and every one of Baraya team. God bless your Baraya.
Okay, thank you, Anne. So, nag-iisip pa sila ng 5 words nila. Have you seen the private chat, guys? Nakita niyo na sa right side. So, we're waiting for your 5 words. Alright? Yun tayo. Naku, may na-type na ng coffee. To
Mukhang may
our
nagre-request po ng
viewers,
coffee.
yeah, oo nga, may na-type na ng coffee. To our viewers, guys, nag-iisip pa yun sila ng 5 words nila, no? We still have about 200 viewers right now. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope that you play with us. Remember that your attendance every week will be your will be one raffle coupon for our grand live streaming that we always do every last live um, on December. Okay, so hopefully this coming December, more prizes to be given away. No, um, and also, please bear with us, our winners in the past weeks. Ella is resting. You know that, guys, no? Um, she's resting. She just got home last night, and I think she's not yet done with all the competitions that she needs to send to our winners in the past weeks. Medyo talagang na-exhaust si Ella. Imagine naman, ano, we've traveled 8 countries for more than 1 month. We stayed 2 to 3 days only in one country. It was very toxic. At yung nag-experience namin sa Indonesia where na yung bagahe namin hindi dumating, and then pagdating naman namin sa Brunei, ang mga bagahe namin ay naiwan, and then of course the whole flight is very toxic. Hindi na kami natutulog ni Ella. You know what, guys, sa Indonesia we stayed for 2 days, 2 nights,
Okay.
and I only was able to sleep on the bed for the first night. On the second night, hindi ko na napakinabangan yung bedron. Hindi na ako natulog. Walang tulugan sa kaka-travel namin from one country to another country. All right. So I think are you guys ready with your words on the private chat at StreamYard? All right. Ayun, meron na silang uh, for that they have already 5 words that they significantly mentioned, no, or were significantly discussed during our discussion tonight. Okay. So ready na po tayo um sa ating coffee, hindi coffee, sa ating questions. Okay, mabilisan lang to. Remember, there is 6 seconds delay from StreamYard to YouTube and another 6 seconds to Facebook. So ready po tayo. Our guest will be the one to give the clue. Okay, word number 1.
For
Anyone?
For word number one po, the clue is Dr. Ria emphasized earlier that this does not mean that you are fresh in the business. This has these has legal definitions wherein you need to be an innovative type of business to be considered as one. So what type of business is this?
Okay, kayang-kaya ni Ronelia. Baka si Chok pa yung makasagot, guys. Alright, sige. Give them time. 6 seconds delay yan. Consider namang one word yun eh, no? One word. Considered one word ba yun or 2 words? Sige pa, keep going. Yun ang tawag sa company na gano'n, sa isang company, no? Sa isang business. Excuse. Sige pa, keep going.
Meron na po.
Ayan, si Vix. Vixie. Vixie. Start up. Congratulations, Vince. Vince, if you don't have yet your GCash number, please Type your GCash number here and after that we will erase kapag nabasa na namin. Ma'am Kat, pakitulungan lang kami sa attendance and also nahirapan si Ella mag-track, no? Pakitulungan na rin kami dito sa mga list of winners. Okay, congratulations, Vince. Okay, word number 2.
So for our word number 2, sobrang dali po neto. Number 1 clue is, ito po yung course namin. And the second clue is, it is an activity of a company that promotes the buying or selling of a product.
Six seconds delay yan.
Meron na po, si Ma'am Kat.
Ma'am Kat, yes. Marketing. Yan. Hello, na-late si Ginaline Margarito. Hello, Miss Ginaline Margarito. Okay. Next, word 3. Word number 3. Word 3. Third word.
So for our word number 3, this is something that we grab. So a set of circumstances that makes it possible to do something.
Sige pa. Sige pa, Ronel. Try more. Another word. Ayun. Kuha na ni Ma'am Kat. Opportunity. Yan. Na-late ka na naman ng na-late ka ng type. Ronel. Hello, Sharon TV. And hello, Ginaline. Yes. Next word. Number 4.
For number 4, this is actually 2 words and the initials are I and letter G. This is the first part of the process when you take the course of entrepreneurial mind. And here you build the concept of your product. First letter I. For first word, it starts with letter I. For second word, it starts with letter G.
So 2 words. Ayun. There's already another answer from Vic Say. Idea generation. Ayan. Ayan na. Nandiyan na si Chofir. Sayang, Christopher. Na-late ka ng type. Alright. So, next. This is, I think, our last word. Magagaling ang ating mga audience.
So for the last word po, this refers to advancement or growth. So this mostly can be referred to product advancement.
Napapawoo na si Ronel, nalalate siya ng type. Ayun, we have a winner. Christopher. The answer is development. Ayan. Thank you so much. Congratulations to all our winners. Christopher, please type your GCash. Then once we acknowledge your GCash, you can erase it from the chat box. All right. Kiana, na-late ka din ng sagot. All right, so we're about to end our show, but before we end our show, guys, I'm sorry, but this is really part of the show. Can we ask for a talent? This is our talent portion. Can we ask a talent from you guys? Aba, mga innovative people as are talented, no? Can we ask? Ano bang pwede natin gawin? Mag-TikTok? Kumanta? Pwede ba kayo mag-TikTok? Can you do TikTok? And then somebody has to share the song. Nagko-coffee na si coffee. Talagang chopa, in-spell out mo na yung coffee, Ayan, nananawagan si Kat, Vince, and Christopher. Ano po ang GCash nyo? You can type your GCash. Once we acknowledge, you can erase it. Si Kurt po, singer. Oh, Kurt! You can save the whole group from shame. Hindi, joke. From bash. Pero mas maganda sana is TikTok kayong apat. Pero sige, pwede daw si Kurt kung gusto mong saluhin yung grupo, do so.
Sure po, ma'am. Pero hindi pa ako magaling. Sakto lang po.
Alright.
Shoutout po kay Kiana. Kung di rin tayo sa huli, awatin ang sarili na umibig pang muli. Kung di rin tayo sa huli, awatin ba ang puso kong ibigin ka?
Yay! Ano ka pala Daniel, Papa Daniel Padilla ka pala. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you for being a sport and you given us a song. Next time, mag-TikTok na po tayo ng Baraya, alright? Para, that's a new craze, no? Ako nga, TikToker ako So, I do some TikToks of the Baraya. Okay. So, before we end this show, and I think we just want to have some key takeaways, so guys. Let me hear the key takeaway from Anne.
And so yung key takeaway ko for tonight's episode is that yung pagiging entrepreneur is not about yung age. So any age, pwede kang mag-start ng business mo as long as nandun yung passion and yung dedication mo na maging successful yung business. Kasi wala namang business na minamadali yung success. Kumbaga, sabi nyo nga kanina, everything takes time. So, pinatunayan nyo na we as nationalians can be as competitive as other professionals, and we are being molded by the institution to be globally competitive. Kaya kapag gumraduate tayo, kumbaga prepared na tayo to face what life has to offer.
Thank you, Anne. And before I give my key takeaway, I'd like to congratulate the team because you are, I think, you are very much complementing to each other because the way you answer questions, you are not repeating questions, so they're not repeating answers. You're giving us blow by blow different ideas, and that's why we are getting 4 ideas, different ideas. You're capturing all the experience and making totally you capture the whole experience. So thank you for that. I salute you, applaud you guys. And for my key takeaway, I'd like that you have mentioned two taglines that are promoted by the university: the education that works, and the end is just the start. You, the Team Baraya, is an evidence that entrepreneurial that mindset can be instilled in a student, as said by Anne, no age, even at a young age, even at a short period of time, 3.5 months, and even with less resources, being students. And if they really want to do something like joining a national competition, it can be done with the shortest preparations. So again, a big congratulations to all of you. Sabing gano'n ni Kiana. Good looking po lahat ng Baraya, beauty and brains. Yes, I agree with you. Erlinda Cadillo, Wash Hands, and of course, Sharon DTV, you've got this. Mom Cat is asking, Vince, they already have a GCash. I think Vince already, yeah, Vince and Christopher already gave their GCash. Kat, I hope you're able to get it before we end our session. I already saw the GCash of Vince, and nakita mo na ba siya? Marvin Margarito. Hello, Sir Marvin! Of course, ang ating previous guest, a startup also on the deco board. No? Siya yung inventor ng deco board, our past guest. Sir Marvin Margarito, congrats Baraya, more power to Feminists. Thank you for tuning in. Sir Marvin, ito yung mga kadugo natin. Ito yung mga innovators, inventors. Ito mga kaharap natin ngayon. Salamat, Sir Marvin. Congratulations, Team BARAYA, and of course from Adi Calarion, high five, Sharon, hello, Shoppee's World, congratulations guys, shout out daw kay Kurt from Kiana, and from Che Helpful, virtual hug to all of you, and di pa daw lumalabas sa chat ng YT, ay oh yeah, di pa lumalabas, delayed ang YT. Kanina pa sila nag-chat, no? On the previous chat, lumabas, hindi pa lumalabas sa YT yung phone numbers, mobile numbers of our winners. And then, of course, from Vince, clap from Sir Ronel. Thank you, Ronel, for tuning in. Shout out, Papa Von. Ayan, na Papa Piolo Pascual na yata tayo dito. Papa Von, hello, such a good leader. Thank you, Feminine Genius and Baraya. Thank you also to all of you. Ayan, siguro Kat, you can actually see their numbers. Nakikita naman tayo sa ating, nakita mo na Kat? Is okay na, lumitaw na? Shout out, Ma'am Kat. Ma'am Kat, Santa Sam. Ano ba Santa Sam? Ano? Okay, ayan na ulit. Tinype na ulit ni Vincent. Ayun, Vincent Rio Vivas. Vincent. Vincent, estudyante rin ba kita? Nag-student pa kita? Wala pa din daw. Ayan, oh. Wala pa din, Kat. Teka, sulat natin. To Vince, susulat ko yung kanyang number kasi baka hindi na po accessible ang ating chat after ng ating live. Saglit, ako kunin ko lang yung number. Yes, actually yes, kasi buti nilagay mo na lang yung whole name mo, Vincent. At nalaman kong previous student kita. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. And kunin ko na yung number ni the other winner, saglit lang guys kukunin ko lang po. Naku, ayan, hindi ko na makita. Oh my God, saan mo nilagay? Saglit ha. Ako na ngayon hindi nakakita. Pero nakita ko na yung number kanina eh. The other winner, saglit lang kunin ko lang. Habang yung mga fans ng ating mga guests ay nagha-hi-hi pa dyan. Christopher Ian C. Estudyante din pa kita, Christopher. Okay. Ayan na. 0287426. Ayan, Christopher. Alright. So, ayan na. Meron pa ba tayong pa-shout out daw. Pa-shout out daw. Miss Samantha, ang fresh mo po. Wow, talagang kanina ka pa may fans club, Samantha, ha? Ano ba to, jowa mo to? Ayan, nasa page. Sa Facebook. Alright, sige. Cutie. Ayan. Cutie po. O sige, pagbigyan natin, ikaw pala yun, Marvin, yung from Bacol. Pagbigyan natin, may isa-shout out ba kayo, yung mga guests natin? Give you the chance to shout out, Samantha. Sige, shout out ka muna.
Shout out po kay Christopher, kay Vince, and kay Kiana, and Jello po. Ayun lang po. Shoutout na rin po sa buong pamilya ko.
Thank you to the whole family. Yes. Kathleen, you have shout out.
Um, shoutout ko rin, same po with Samantha, yung fan po na kanina pa pong nag-hi sa kanya. Parang may something po para kay Samuel eh. So, ayun, shoutout din sa'yo. Ayun, issue po tayo dito.
Bukas ano na sila, nagmamarites na. Okay. And of course, Kurt,
Shout out po kay Kiana. Direct message mo na lang ako. Shout out po pala kay Jello. She is part of the Team Baraya po. Hi Jel.
siya ba si Jel?
Yes po, ma'am.
Sana humabol siya. Pwede namang humabol. And of course, Von.
Yun din po, ma'am. Hi po kay Jello po. Tsaka po kay Vincent po, ma'am.
All right. So, thank you so much, guys, and see you again next week. Same time, same day. In the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.